From the creators of Relevant Magazine, this is the Relevant Podcast.
Didn't make you. This is where have you been? Show yourself. Ooh, I took a chance to play you. I played myself. I didn't make you.
It's Wednesday, August 15th, 2018, and it's the Relevant Podcast. I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and here with me in our Orlando studio, our illustrious producer, my brother, Chandler Strang.
Hello.
Over there on the Skype line from Loverland, Virginia, Jesse Carey.
Hello, hello.
Today, joining us from New York City, author, speaker, podcaster, Annie F. Downs.
Good morning, gents.
And filling in the fourth seat, back in black, Big Cat, Eddie Koffolds from Gainesville, Florida.
It feels good to be home. Thank you so much, Cameron. Nice to talk to you.
Man, it is exciting to see you, Eddie.
Yes, it is really nice to chat with you all.
It's like you never left, Eddie. I mean, I feel like we haven't missed the beat, though. It is very nice to have you back in the saddle. And
Agreed.
I feel like, can I ask you this, too?
Yeah.
Have things been happening in the last couple of weeks? Because you were last on what? Has it been like 4 weeks now?
3 weeks.
I think that's about it. It really is as though like they canceled your favorite show and then they just put it back on 3 weeks later.
And they added a nephew or something.
Yeah, like nothing's really
They
changed.
remixed the theme song and added a nephew. But
Yes, it has changed because you're not in Orlando, so you're not sitting right by Cameron for People's Theater of the Minds, as Cameron says.
No, that is a little bit strange. I am in my house, and we have moved to Gainesville, and it has been quite a move, you guys. Quite a move. I would say some of the high points: fighting with the garbage men,
What?
the sewer backing up into our home.
Did they
et
fling
cetera, et
anything
cetera.
at you? Because they have a lot of weapons at their disposal.
Why have you been fighting with the garbage man? Why would that even happen?
yeah, what?
Well, first of all, I want to just say for all of our garbage listeners, well, that didn't come out right, but all the people, let's try
In the
again.
sanitation
I'd like
industry.
to say to all the people that collect garbage,
listeners.
it is a very respectable and lovely career. However, the
pays
garbage
well.
people in our neighborhood are very snobby. And if you go a little bit over one can, they're not picking it up. Or if you don't use the special yellow bags that you can only buy at Publix, if you have to go over that one
It's a
can,
racket.
they're not picking it up. And I'm telling you, there has been so much trash from moving that my garage is just filled with boxes and trash and I cannot get them to pick it up. So I went out there and I was like, can you guys just take this? And they're like, no, sir, there's rules and regulations. And I just said, listen, I was on a podcast 3 weeks ago. I'm not sure if you've heard of me.
I don't want to drop the "Do you know who I am" card, but here it is, out of the back pocket.
Yeah.
So take my pile of garbage that isn't even canned. The problem is Eddie doesn't just flaunt the rules. He literally doesn't use trash cans in his house. He just throws garbage in the vicinity of the curb and
In the
expects
front
someone
yard,
else to clean it up.
That's right.
It's just blowing like tumbleweeds down the street of our lovely new neighborhood.
And you can't understand why people are unhappy. I get it.
Yeah, those Koffoldses are here. We knew this
There
was not
goes
going
the
to be
Like
good. But
literally,
yes,
the sewage has been backing up into your house, and you've only lived there for a minute, so it's actually technically not your own sewage.
Oh,
right.
point.
So never say that again, Annie. Just as a rule, because we
That's
can't.
just science, bud.
Yeah. It definitely. So it was like day 2 of the house, and I'm not going to get into all the specifics of why it happened, but all of a sudden, I'm like running around the house. I'm like, girls, do not leave your room, and they all stayed in their room, and I'm like throwing towels down on the floor to keep anything from touching the carpet. And
Was it coming out of the toilets into the house?
It was coming out of, and I don't know how to say this gently, every orifice of the house.
Oh, no.
I've had this as well,
my
because
gosh.
when I moved into my house that I'm renovating, it had sat empty for 15 years. And among the first days that we were there, things that went down the toilet came up in the bathtub.
Oh, yeah.
And,
No.
Yeah, multiple
Right, 'cause-
bathtubs
Right.
as a surprise. And so
Because it all goes into one pipe eventually.
And if that pipe is clogged out at the street level, it's coming back somewhere. So I've had,
and
I know
ours had only been vacant for 200 days. I cannot imagine
15
a 15-year
years.
vacancy.
and an 8-year-old putting things into the pipe. It was a whole lovely welcome to the neighborhood.
Yeah. Well, Eddie, we're glad to have you back, man. I'm sure there's been multiple times in the last couple of weeks where you've observed something funny, or you had an interesting take on something in culture, and you just had to internalize it because no one cared to listen.
Twitter has been on
like
fire. I mean, like that's his outlet. He can't podcast it. He's going to tweet, and he's been tweeting up a storm.
Yeah.
Tweeting a little bit, yeah, and also every morning at the breakfast table, I'm just like an interesting study lately. CNN just put out.
Millennials more likely to take the bus. You guys hear about this? Okay, so here's what happened.
At night when Bree and I just pour a glass of wine and I start to workip some voices and characters that I think are going to be really funny. So it's nice to have an outlet.
How is she feeling about law school so far?
Oh man, she's with her people and she's doing a great job.
What type of law is she going to practice?
Well, I have been praying to my God that she moves towards maritime law, Jesse, so that we get our questions answered finally.
Because as far as I know, the field is wide open. Yeah. Like she might be, she's getting on the ground floor of this, surprisingly.
Speaking of ground floor, I think she should maybe get into property law because Jesse has a very compelling argument that if your feet aren't touching the ground, you are not bound by.
It's called Sky Law. It's called Sky Law. I'm not on planet Earth anymore. So here's my concern.
Take a class on Sky Law. She at least needs to cover it.
No, but here's my concern about Sky Law, because as Cameron says, I have a theory that if you commit a crime while airborne, you are outside this jurisdiction of any government, right? I mean, because you're not on planet Earth.
So if you jump up in the air,
I really watch that word.
Yeah, like a jump kick is technically not assault. Like
this
it's
is
just
literally
not.
the most insane thing about you, which is saying so much, Jesse.
It's just not. I mean, it's science, but. Here's where I'm concerned about this whole Space Force thing. I don't know if you guys heard about this, Eddie.
Oh, I'm into it. I'm 100% into
it. The White House has announced plans for a sixth branch of the military called the Space Force. Now, technically,
every little boy's dream come true.
I would be in their jurisdiction at that point, and that's where things get gray. So I don't want to tango with the Space Force here.
Yeah, because the question is, where does ground force stop and Space Force start?
Jesse,
thank you.
Aren't you? If you were to be constricted by that, aren't you currently constricted by the Air Force?
Right. Is the Air Force in between ground force and Space Force?
Also, I don't get the need for a Space Force because the Air Force currently has 30,000 personnel completely or focused on space protection. I mean, it is.
Yeah. Do you know what, Cameron? This is the first time in my life I have thought that Air Force covered the air when you put it in that category.
And also, if this is our naming convention, Air Force, Space Force, why isn't the Army Ground Force, and why isn't the Coast Guard Water Force?
Yeah, the Navy. The Navy should be
the
Water
Navy would be Water Force,
and the Coast Guard would be Shore Force. Yeah, I don't know.
Air Force, Space Force.
There's
Water
a lot
Force,
of things that I would just say this, and I don't think I'm going out on a limb here saying this. I don't think a lot of ththings were thought through with this Space Force thing. I don't mean to get political, but it sounds like
what happens to the 30,000 Air Force personnel who are currently working on the space protection issues? I mean, now you're just part of the Space Force. I mean, like, I don't know. It's not necessary.
And I just want to interject here and say that we have nothing but respect for our dear leader and doing a great job.
But here's the other thing too. It's like
the leader of the Space Force. Which one?
I have.
You're talking about Darth Vader.
I have a lot of family in the military. I have a cousin who's about to leave on another deployment in the Army. Like I have the one thing I know, physical training is big. It's huge. You gotta be in shape when you're in the military. Yeah. The Space Force, do you still have physical training requirements? Because from what I understand, and because I listened to like an interview about it the other day, and they were saying that, we have to get out of people's minds that this is people like in spacesuits armed with lasers. Right, like that's what we're all picturing, right? No, the Space Force is just people sitting at desk on laptops, looking at radar around satellites and stuff. Mm-hmm. So, do they have to go through like the same boot camp and everything? Because I don't think they're going to have to use those skills in the Space Force.
Jesse, I'd like to respond with a few things. One, how disappointed is most of your family in you that they are serving in our military and you write listicles and make jokes?
Yeah. They're all like officers and stuff too. Yeah. Oh, they're proud. They're very proud of this show. Like,
Hey, we're all serving.
like,
we're all
what-
serving the greater good here, Eddie.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Yeah, one of them's in Kuwait. The other one is here making jokes about the Space Force and lasers. So,
And I
all
feel
doing
like
our part.
I feel like the Space Force is kind of the baseball of the forces, because like you can still be a fairly fat guy and get away with being a decent hitter in baseball. I feel like if they can just get you in the ship up there, you're on a level playing field with like, Mr. CrossFit or whatever.
I was gonna- yeah.
Really?
Well, yeah.
That feels like extreme, Eddie. That feels like an extreme thought.
If you can wedge yourself in,
It's absolutely correct.
it'll take you where you got to go. You don't need to be physically fit to sit.
And the other thing too is like physical fitness. Okay, like how do you measure physical fitness? By like speed, by
Strength.
strength. Like those are the
Stamina.
measurables. Ever seen those pictures of people walking on the moon? I don't care who you are. You're jumping like 12 feet. And you're not moving very fast. Okay?
Yeah, you're fine.
It cancels it all out. It doesn't matter. Like as long as you can
No,
hop.
I think astronauts have to do like some literal body training to be astronauts, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I
No,
mean, your body,
they do what they have to do one exercise. We
I love
all
how
know
Cameron
this.
says, yeah, of course. Like,
No. Hey, listen,
Like
as a
he's
kid,
like Science Mike over
no,
there.
yeah, as a kid who grew up dreaming of going to space camp, I mean, like, and I live 30 miles away from Kennedy Space Center. Yes, astronauts go through rigorous training to become astronauts. I mean, your body goes through so much with the G forces, and you have to have a ton of strength and stamina to be able to withstand the rigors of outer space.
I'm going to respectfully disagree and say there's one workout that you have to do, and that's strapping into that thing that spins around really fast while your cheeks shake. That's the only exercise. Like they want to make sure that your cheeks are going to fly off your face. There's a lot of weak cheeked. If you're weak cheeked,
yeah.
don't try out
It's a
for the
weak
Space
cheek
Force
problem.
because they're going to fly right off when they strap you in that thing. You got to make sure you have some pliable cheeks.
That's why Gary Sinise didn't make it in Apollo
Yeah,
13.
flew right off his
They cut
face. It
that
was
scene,
horrific.
but he just couldn't. He couldn't
You look
handle
like the
it.
Joker afterwards. It was horrific. Why so serious? Yeah, well, the cheeks got ripped off in the G-force machine. So
Yeah, I feel like I haven't missed much. I'm back in the saddle. We're here.
We have a great show in store for you today. Coming up later, we talked to Alvvays, one of our favorite indie rock bands. They have a great new album out. They're also featured in the current issue of Relevant, but we talked to them later.
yeah, and also I put this in the bio, but they were just named to the Polaris Prize shortlist for this year for that album. Like they're going up against like Daniel Caesar. The Polaris Prize is a big deal in like indie cred circles.
Absolutely. And now they're making their case on the Relevant podcast.
Yeah, exactly. So let's hear it. It better be a strong one. Bring it.
Cameron, will you talk to us about what snack you're having right now?
I'm eating a protein bar because it's a Quest Hero protein bar, 10 grams of fiber,
He's training.
16 grams
It's a
of protein.
training meal, is what you're saying.
It is my breakfast. Yes, I just
Sure.
got done at the gym for 2 hours because Hood to Coast is next week. So,
Wait, you're cramming for the Hood to Coast.
oh yeah,
I
absolutely.
love the strategy. I love
I'm
it.
absolutely
I love
cramming.
it. All nighters from now
2
to
hours in the morning,
Bless
an hour in
the
the evening,
Lord.
every day, 2 a days from now until Portland. Absolutely.
Wait, I'm sorry. You're doing 2 hour 2-a-days?
2 hours in the morning, an hour at night. Yep.
And most of them are in that machine that spins him around real fast and makes his cheeks flap really hard.
Yeah, I'm. I mean, this morning I ran my furthest distance. Now, granted, my furthest distance isn't the distance of my shortest leg of the race, but I'm getting better and I feel better. Last week I went to the doctor. I got checked out. I got an inhaler because I have asthma and stuff. Today was the first day I ran with the inhaler, and it was life changing. It was so different.
Oh, wow.
I mean, at the end of the run, I was exhausted, but I could breathe, which was incredible. I haven't felt that yet, so. It was. I'm optimistic. But yeah, I'm cramming.
You have been optimistic for just months. Eddie, can you speak into this for a
some
minute?
people in his life are speaking life and encouragement, while others are sowing seeds of doubt and the power
Hey,
of the
I
tongue.
donated to the cause. I'm in. I believe in Cameron's strength.
Hey, have you donated to my page yet, Annie?
Yes, I
You
did. Have you
Okay.
looked?
No, I haven't looked yet. I'm sorry.
Yes, I already gave. You can go look. I never show my real name, and I showed my real name so that you and our friends would know that I genuinely believe in you.
I appreciate it. I officially put it up. I'm a procrastinator. I kind of do things last minute. About a week before the race, I finally put my donation page up. I got to raise $10,000 in a week, people. And in a week, I have to get completely ready to physically do this 20-mile race. So help me So we're trying to raise money for clean water projects.
Well, I gotta say, I've changed my tune. I think I was an early naysayer that you'll never make it. That you'll make it, but you'll be injured. I think you're going to just break records.
Like what
I think
kind
this
of
is going to be a real-time
Give us a
improvement.
few record examples.
Speed and endurance, anything that any other athlete would do. Like he's not Space Force, he's Air Force. You see what I'm saying? Like he's going to do great and he's ready. He's just had a protein bar and 2 hours at the gym.
I'm repping for all the middle-aged dads out there who've never run in their life. So I'm their champion right now. I'm the people's champion.
Well, a lot of those dads train. You're repping for all the dads who just decide this week, hey, let's do something crazy this weekend.
This is like that movie where Mark Wahlberg tries out for the Philadelphia Eagles and makes it. Invincible. It's just like that.
That's what I'm trying to do. I legitimately am terrified, and the only people are asking me like, why in the world are you doing it? And it's literally just because it's for a good cause. We're trying to raise. Each of us are trying to raise $10,000 for clean water in South Sudan, and that's it. That's the only reason why I'm doing this. So if people can support me, that would mean a lot, and a lot of people will have their lives changed. So help me out, and hopefully I don't die. So I'm legitimately scared. I mean, it's a 200-mile relay
You're
race.
scared? Yeah, tell us. Dig deeper. What's the fear?
Yeah. It's a 200-mile relay race over 24 hours. I've never run further than 3 miles in my life, and I was this morning. And
how long is the leg, though?
Anywhere between 3.5 and 5.5 miles, give or take. Oh. And they're separated by like 8 hours, though. So it's like you can't really sleep in between. It's an endurance.
Why not? 8 hours is long enough.
Well, you're in a van with a lot of other people.
Yeah,
and
it's probably smelly in there.
It's a psychological endurance challenge. It's a physical endurance challenge, and it's apparently the people have done it.
But you've got your inhaler.
I have my inhaler, and I have my shoes, and I have my braces, and I'm trying.
Have you factored in elevation?
No, we start at 6,000 feet, so it's when
you're training at basically sea level, right?
Yeah, I know.
And so I think you need one of those cool Bane masks that people are working out in now. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Hello.
Is there one he can wear when he's running that makes it feel like sea level?
No, it's the opposite. I mean, like it's going to be very thin air with no humidity, and I'm running at 0, sea level, 0 feet above sea level, and at 100%, 80% humidity.
But you've seen those Bane masks, right? That you can train in, and it like restricts
the last thing I need to do, being without my inhaler, being prone to asthma, the last thing I need to do is restrict airflow. I've basically been running with one of those.
I think you need a Bane mask, and I think you need that tape just all over you, especially your hands, like boxing gloves. It would look awesome.
I will do whatever it takes.
Cameron, can I say an honest thing though? Knowing you and knowing your personality, an honest thing I really think you're gonna like is gonna be your success or failure point. Okay, can we be honest?
Yeah, please.
Pacing.
Yeah.
Because normally you're
out of the gate for those few seconds of glory. You're winning.
Yeah. Because usually,
I'm going to cut you off here. This is terrible advice.
Yeah.
Cameron, have you ever run any other race?
No.
Okay, there's thousands of people. If you sprint out from the pack right out of the gate for those few seconds, you're winning, and there's no feeling like it in the world.
Everyone
passes you because you cramp up horribly because it's an awful endurance strategy, but it's a feeling of pure exhileration for those moments.
Pain is temporary, but glory lasts forever.
Right. That picture is on my wall forever.
Thank you,
Chandler's still on the show.
Every once in a while.
Yeah, pace is an issue, Eddie. I'm just trying to like get the distance down and be able to, get my wind. And honestly, I'm making progress. Like the last couple of weeks, I've been able to run pain free. I had a cold for a few days, so I wasn't able to run for a few days. But I'm running, and it's getting better every day, and I'm trying. So
yeah. Oh, totally. But I just think with you, like you wake up in the morning and are like, let's start an entirely new arm of Relevant. And then by that evening, it's done. Like you are just like a really intense person. I feel like you're going to feel...
We wake up with the Space Force.
I don't mean
so
it
what do you
that.
think he's going to do, Eddie? Play it out. Because I'm not sure I'm with you. Play it out.
I think he's going to get out of the van on the first leg and it's going to be beautiful and the air is going to be crisp and he's going to run just for the glory of God.
Almost like keeping up with the pack and like not thinking about my own pace, but trying to keep up with these actual runners or something.
Right.
And I think you'll feel wonderful. I mean, I think you'll feel really good and enjoy it. And I think during the second leg, you'll do the same thing. But then I think your entire body will catch up with you and you will crumble into tears, which is why I think you got to know you're like, okay, I'm I'm an 11-minute mile.
Right.
If I can keep that, no matter what, I can do that over and over again. I think you're actually going to succeed.
The power of mind.
But that pains me to say that because I love being negative.
That's such a
I mean, my
sad
goal
thing
is
to
like
picture.
to when I run like a 9-minute pace, and then if I have to walk for a quarter mile to catch my breath and get my wind back, then on average I am about 11-minute mile. If you're walking, you're about a 15 to 17-minute pace. So if I can kind of do that 4/5 run, 1/5 walk, I think I'll be able to get it done. And again, it's not about winning; it's about finishing and trying to raise money for clean water projects. I mean, that's really the only reason why we're doing it. So, and then I will literally never run again. So,
Really, that's it. This is it. One and done.
I did it. I'll have the picture, and then I'll just go back to mild elliptical stuff in the morning.
Right, gently strolling with it.
Yeah, here, Cameron. Here's what you need to do because it's not that I believe recovery time is important, and so that's why there's this whole like standing desk fad. All these hippies running around with their standing desk,
sitting on their balls,
literally looking down on people like they're superior because they stand. While we're sitting in a natural position. I think, Cameron, you need to bring that philosophy into your recovery, which means for the first couple weeks after the Hood to Coast, you need to have a hot tub installed in your office and have a little floating thing for your laptop. You just work out of a hot tub for a couple weeks. So get you all loosened back up.
I like it.
I feel like that's the only rational thing to do here.
I like it.
Is to get a hot tub in the office.
Work from a hot tub, a hot tub desk.
Done. But
oh my gosh, a hot tub desk.
Right when I get back from
people have these little treadmill desks and everything. No, I'm going the other way. Hot tub desk. It's fantastic.
Tub desk. Man, you can get electrocuted, bud.
Right when I get back from Portland on Sunday, Monday is Impact Week here at Relevant, the last week of August. So starting August 27th, we talked about this last week. We start Impact Week and we have some updates. The cool thing is we're going to be spending an entire week where each day we're going to be doing fundraising goals where we're trying to raise resources and support for various organizations that we're excited about and we believe in. And we partnered with Bright Peak Financial to do it, and they're going to be contributing as well. So they're going to be like accelerating the funds that we raise, which is why give now? Give now because your gift will go further that week during Impact Week. So last week we talked to we're going to be supporting A21. Christine Kane's organization, where it's working on trafficking, and we're going to be supporting them one day. We're going to be supporting Preemptive Love Coalition, who does a ton of humanitarian work and with refugees, especially from Syria and other places, Iraq. We're going to be supporting Charity Water. We're going to be building clean water wells with Charity Water one day. And the cool thing, and we're going to be supporting the people of Somaliland. We've talked about Somaliland. We went there. We're going to be trying to raise money for fishing boats and fishing nets to equip them to change their future. And we're going to be doing working on some domestic hunger stuff as well with a couple of organizations. So each day we'll have a different focus. We're going to have different goals. We're going to have different experiences. Jesse's going to be doing different stunts. He'll be in studio with us. We'll be going live all week.
Oh, you're going to Orlando for it, Jesse?
I'll be down there the whole week. And I had a stunt that came to me last night, and I haven't pitched this formally to anyone. Maybe this is a great time to filter out if this is a terrible idea or not.
Okay.
Nope.
I feel like because I was getting the gears turning, I'm like, okay, I want to incentivize people to give, like at a certain, to hit a certain goal, and they'll be rewarded for that. And I'm not just talking about the reward of helping people, which is fantastic. I'm talking about the reward of something funny on the internet, which is the gift that keeps on giving forever. And I was thinking, well, who are the original people that were really good at these type of things? Raising money, like rallying the troops, getting people engaged. And it came to me. And Chandler, I want you to commit right now to do this with me. Okay. If on one of the days they hit a set goal, me and you will undergo a live 70s televangelist makeover for the internet.
Wow. Yeah,
the team,
for sure.
I think I want to go like full set. So I'm growing a beard right now. I will shave it live. Yeah. I will, I'll let whatever needs to happen to the hair can happen to the hair. Okay. 2 suits will need to be picked out. I think Chandler needs the sort of Benny Hinn Morpheus thing, kind of futuristic,
so late 80s, early 90s,
collarless, like a suit jacket that is weirdly length, like it's between the knees and the waist, but very slim,
all white except for gold pinstriping on the suit.
Gold pinstripes.
So if we hit the goal, in one day. This is how we get you to do this.
Yeah, I mean, if the goal isn't hit, then you don't get to see the live televangelism makeover.
Jesse, I'm sorry to interrupt. I have gotten 3 texts. I've gotten 3 texts right now. Jeremy Courtney, Scott Harrison, Bright Peak. They are distancing themselves from this entire.
I'm just telling people. Here's the thing. I'm just telling people. Tune in. We got a lot of good stuff planned. You might see a live makeover. That's all. I'm not saying it's a done deal. I'm just saying you'll have incentives in addition to the rewards that you're going to get.
Get more info, follow along, participate, relevantmagazine.com/Impact Week. I'm excited about it.
And sometimes I think Jesse thinks up stuff that he actually wants to do either way.
Yeah.
And just figures out a way to go like, I've always wanted to do. Oh, here's what I'll do. We'll connect it.
Chandler, do I have a verbal commitment?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I think I already know.
Christine Kane.
I already know the question of the week. Probably is going to be help us think of other psychological endurance challenges or other stunts that you want to see Jesse do as we hit goals.
Yeah, and again, these are goal oriented. So if you want them to happen, you have to encourage your fellow Facebook users to give. But Mark, the ball's in your court with the televangelism suit. So good luck, but make that priority number 1 for here for the next 2 weeks.
I
please.
like it.
Hey, Jesse, by the way, I will say it right now, if there's anything I can do to help you, I'm in. I love this idea. And I really love all these organizations.
Please, travel the hour and 15 minutes down and join us.
Sorry.
It's either watch that happen or have sewer back up in your house, Eddie. Go.
You know what? I'll be there.
Awesome.
I really, I'm very excited because the listeners came up with a Nickelback challenge a few years ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They came up with the thing that sparked all this. And so it's like, we're going to go back to the source.
And because I've had other ideas that skirt the lines of legality, but I think would be funny.
Most of yours do.
At least the law of the land.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, not God's law. I didn't break any of his commands. But like, if one of us, if like somebody went to like the Holy Land experience and, in their bag or something and had a Jesus costume and just came out and tried to take over as Jesus as the Holy Land. Someone goes rogue Jesus at the Holy Land and we film it with sneaky GoPros.
You're not breaking any rules. I mean,
they'd probably hire you.
No.
Exactly. That's not a rule. If anywhere on earth I should be able to dress up as Jesus, it's the Holy Land. If anywhere that should be permitted, it's the Holy Land. It's like people that dress up as like a Hogwarts teacher to go to Harry Potter movie.
Exactly. You go to Universal Studios Florida.
There's so many places that you could dress up as Jesus more than the Holy Land.
People think you would be like mocking. They're just like, I'm super into the Holy Land. I'm super into Jesus. It's like I said, go to like Disney, and there's people wearing Disney stuff.
No,
you pick any character to dress up in the Holy Land? Could I go as a character?
You'd be Mary or Martha.
Yeah.
I will say my favorite would be though is if the 2 Jesuses, like the Jesse one and then the one that's they're getting paid run into each other. It's like, how do they stay in character? They're like casting each other out.
And I announced to everyone that he's imposter Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't see this going wrong.
That's
at
what
all.
I would do.
I don't see anything wrong with streaming it on the internet if people donate enough money.
Jesse, I'm going to come and I am going to be Mary, the mother of Jesus, and just be chasing you around. Like, where's my kid? Has anybody? I keep losing my kid.
So you want me to be like 12-year-old Jesus?
Yeah. No. I want you to be grown-up Jesus and think it's super weird that your mom still follows you around.
I'm not seeing this crossing any lines anywhere.
Jesse,
I think this is fantastic.
Jesse, I've seen
crucify him. No, crucify him. He's not. No, crucify him. No, we're not.
Here's the deal. I've seen the real Jesus that they've used. The guy, because I've seen him out in the wild. He is
really.
Oh yeah. He's in his upper 50s. Like in real life, and he looks like he's in his upper 50s in real life, maybe mid 50s. And so, Jesse, you're the more accurate Jesus.
Exactly.
I mean, age-wise, you're closer. I mean, you're still too old, but I mean, you're still closer.
Yeah.
So if anybody's going to wonder,
50s?
Oh yeah, if anybody's going to wonder who the real Jesus, who the imposter is, the weird old guy is the imposter. You're going to get away with it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. And I'll be like, all right, well, I'll prove I'm the real Jesus. All right, what's Dad's favorite animal? And whatever he says, I'll just say something else.
Which 2?
He made them all.
You see, he has a car. The real Jesus. Well, the guy that plays him drives around town. He has like a little Mini Cooper and it has a bumper sticker that says, "My other car is a donkey."
No.
No. The bumper sticker says, "Get off my." A donkey. That's what it says in the Bible. I'm quoting the King James scripture.
But I mean, to the point, the theme park culture now is you show up to Universal Studios and you're a fan of Harry Potter to go to Harry Potter World. You are dressed in full Harry Potter regalia.
Right.
Yeah, and you're Gandalf or whatever.
For the whole day. Okay. Yeah, for the whole day. So you go showing up to Holy Land Experience dressed in character is totally normal.
And here's what I'm saying. If for the sake of Impact Week, I will have, when we do these things, we will have our spies infiltrating, streaming this live from like covert cell phones and things, but only if you hit the goals. This is why it's important for that week that you tune in. And if you want these things to happen, you'll have great incentives to do this, because we're willing to cross ethical, legal, and spiritual lines in order to raise this money. So
we have just gotten a cease and desist from Bright Peak. So
we've got a preemptive.
This is going to work.
I do have a preemptive cease and desist from the Holy Land. From this podcast. But, okay, that is the question. We will get to it later. But
Jesse, you keep calling it the Holy Land. I don't think that the Holy Land is preemptively telling you to stop doing this. It's the Christian theme park, the Holy Land Experience. I just want to
actually
clarify.
Both. I should clarify. It was both. Like
the actual
the mayor of Jerusalem is not happy with me, so we don't have to
moving
get
the show along. It's time for our look back at what happened this week in culture and entertainment. It's time for
In Case You Missed It.
Hey, in case you missed it this week, the internet made a trap remix of Veggie Tales songs, and it went viral. Comedian Shama Mrema teamed up with producer Drew for the contemporary take on songs from the classic series. Even Veggie Tales creator Phil Vischer gave the song a shout out on Twitter, calling it a pretty darn cool tribute to the tomato and the cucumber. That's how he talks. Here's a clip.
That is how he talks. Well done.
If you like to talk to tomatoes, if a squash can make you smile, if you like to waltz
Not bad. I wish it was.
Wait for the drop. Wait for the drop.
Produce aisle. Have we got a show for you? Hello, Sean. Drop. Broccoli, celery, gotta be Veggie Tales, lima beans, collard greens,
A lot of trap
chicken,
songs.
Veggie Tales, cauliflower, sweet and sour, half an hour.
Man.
Veggie Tales.
That's actually really good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of those
hilarious.
things that there is no purpose to that. There's no purpose to that. It's not good art. It's not going to be listened to widely. It is literally just to make Christians in their mid-30s laugh. Success, though.
And listen to it widely.
Yeah.
It went viral. It was listened to.
I'll be humming it all day. It's a
it
good
went
song.
viral in like a what way? Not in like a worldwide way, but in like a what we see on our personal Facebooks kind of way.
Yeah.
Settle down, Edgy Annie.
Right.
Just
Well,
enjoy
okay,
the
well,
moment.
what would you say?
Edgy.
Give me an
Cameron didn't
example.
give me a look. I'm not being edgy.
Just have fun. It's a nice song. Next.
You know what the thing is? Annie had come up with this idea, and she was about to drop her own Veggie Tales trap remix, and now she's salty about it.
I feel the same way.
She's been working on the McGee and Me remix, and this guy beat her to the punch with Veggie Tales.
Yeah, thanks a lot. No one's going to care about that now. Yeah.
Wow. Somebody took over my role as edgiest on the show.
Y'all are so dumb.
Hey, in case you missed it this week, Justin Bieber showed that he's reading Tim Keller's The Meaning of Marriage. He was recently spotted leaving a hotel with a book under his arm, and when the paparazzi asked him about it, he showed photographers the cover, which was the Redeemer Church founder's book about facing the complexities of commitment with the wisdom of God. When announcing his engagement to model Haley Baldwin a few weeks ago, Bieber wrote on Instagram, "I promise to lead our family with honor and integrity, letting Jesus through his Holy Spirit guide us in everything we do and every decision we make." I think that's in the foreword of the book.
I think at this point, I'd be surprised if Bieber's not reading. It doesn't have a description irrelevant. I mean, he's hanging out with Carl and Judah and the pastors that are frequent staples on our platform. He's reading. Yeah, we did I looked and I actually reshared it before that book was released. We were the first ones to run like a thing with Tim Keller about it, and so
Really?
obviously reshared that. Beebs, if you want to give a few gift subscriptions to your band or something, please do.
And can I say something to Justin, because I actually heard about this and it bothered me greatly in a very specific way.
Yeah, just talk straight to him, Eddie. Talk straight to him.
Yeah, Justin. Tim Keller actually did a series of sermons about the meaning of marriage, and you can download those for free. And then he made it into a book that you're reading. The sermons are much, much better. The book is very good. The sermons are masterful.
Are they?
So I really want him to listen to the sermons instead. The book is sort of a complimentary piece. So if you're listening, Justin, I'll send you the link. Just text me.
Are you actually telling the truth? Are the sermons that much better in the book? Because I've read the book and I liked it.
They're both wonderful, but the sermons are just particularly special. He did a series of sermons on it, and it's basically, the book is a more organized version of it, but the sermons had a lot of content that the book does not have, and it was just really
good.
Struck
a nerve with a 6-year-old book here, Eddie.
I know. I saw that and I was like, no, Justin, if you're going to marry Haley Baldwin, you got to listen to the sermons.
I mean, I think one of the wisest things a person can do is prepare themselves well for a season of life they want to be in.
That's right. That's why Jesse does ninja combat on the weekends.
That's right. I texted Annie. I texted Eddie and Cameron one day where I was at my local rec center and they were doing a lightsaber fighting course there. And I almost went in there and just dominated those nerds. Like just picked out the sweetest saber.
But it's just prepare for the life you want to have. I agree. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Hey, in case you missed it, Chvrches with the V did an incredible cover of Kendrick Lamar's Love. The Scottish indie pop band might not be the most obvious choice to cover a song by the acclaimed rapper, but while on Australian radio, they tackled a song off of Kendrick's latest album for a segment called Like a Version. It was pretty great. Here's a clip.
If I didn't ride blade on curve, will you still love me? If I made up my mind to work, will you still love me? Keep it 100, I'd rather you trust me than you love me. Keep it 100, don't got you, I got nothing.
I feel like that's the mark of a good song, is that it can work in multiple genres equally well.
Yeah.
I
like that too. That's nice.
It was amazing.
Lovely.
Not enough cucumber references, but it was good.
Yeah, Annie, I'm surprised you didn't just rip that to shreds.
What was the point of doing that?
I mean, how viral was it?
Did that go viral? What's our definition of viral now?
Who's actually going to even listen?
For just our Facebook viral or real viral?
Well, for starters, I don't sound like that ever, Cameron Strang. For seconds,
Sound like
I
Phil
just think
Vischer.
we use the word viral a little bit loosely.
Interesting.
I feel like, okay, we don't have to get into it, but I am someone who watches the internet pretty closely, and I think I know
more closely than anyone. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the Veggie Tales video. I think that constitutes virality.
No, viral doesn't have to mean like a pandemic. I mean, viral could be like it organically spreads beyond the promoted channels.
Yeah, exactly.
So like that
if
radio
that's
station.
how you define viral, I will so be on board with you.
Okay, so like those guys who made the Veggie Tales song sent it out onto their Twitter followers, but it got bigger than that. It did go viral. Yes. Now maybe the virus was contained, but it was still viral.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't being salty. I just think now that I understand your definition of viral, I agree with you.
So I say there's a spectrum. Like on one end is like Charlie bit my finger. Right?
Yes. Yes. To me, that's
a 10 on the
viral.
spectrum.
Exactly. But that's the far end. That's the furthest end of the spectrum.
Right.
You know?
Okay.
But I would think there is a place down the spectrum where the Veggie Tales song, which is probably going to end up with a few million YouTube views and like very have a cultural awareness point of like when like a few years from now someone will stumble upon that on YouTube, be like, oh, I remember when that song came out. It's like it probably like a middle of the spectrum would be like the Seagull Star Wars bad lip reading song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a lot of people are aware of it, but it's not like a cultural moment. I just think it's more of a spectrum than you probably, Annie.
Okay, yeah. No. I should operate more like it is a spectrum. That's great.
There you go.
But I feel like when something goes viral, I feel like when something goes viral, you know it. And I mean, like when we talk about the Nickelback challenge, all of a sudden Jesse wakes up in the morning and is texting me like, I'm on CNN or something right now.
Yes,
like, it was like,
that's what I'm saying.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. The Veggie Tales people made a funny video, not the actual people, but like the one that made a video and all of a sudden, like, we're talking about it and posting about it. Like they had to have felt like, oh my gosh, this is way outside of what we intended.
When something spreads further than you had hoped, then I think it's gone viral. Again, on the spectrum.
Maybe a 1 on the spectrum.
Right. But still.
Thank you, Chandler. That's right. So if we call going viral on a spectrum, this for sure is on the spectrum versus like what one of us tweeted this morning, right? What any of us tweeted this morning. It's just not on the Charlie bit my finger level.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about one of us. I mean, I would feel like if it was usually how these things happen for that, it would be like that became like a moment. Like, remember when, I mean, there's those Twitter moments happen all the time where somebody overheard something funny and tweeted it and it gets like 50,000 retweets.
So let me tell you a comparison in book writing world.
Okay.
When people call themselves a number one bestseller.
Yeah.
If your book on Amazon gets a little number one release in children's biographies in German, you can call yourself a number one bestseller. Right. That is very different than a number one New York Times bestseller.
Right.
And but Annie, isn't that like
I will say
still?
This.
I know that that's like
von Hesseweisen is a fantastic children rearing book. If you can,
and we only know it because it went viral. I know. Go, Eddie.
But Annie, shouldn't they be allowed to say that? I mean, still relatively very few people in the entire planet ever even get a chance to get on the number one German children's bestseller list, right? Like, it's still cool.
Again, if you put it on the spectrum and say, I am a number one bestseller in this category.
But that's not that's still not a spectrum though. That's either you're best selling in an Amazon category or not. You know what I mean? Like, that seems like,
I don't know why I have a stand on this today.
I'm with you, Annie, in the sense that, like, I feel like, especially in the Christian world, the self-hype thing.
Yeah.
Like inflating your importance, telling everybody how,
Definitely
the
cringy.
Twitter bio world of like, like inflated, and it's all smoke and mirrors. We can spike anything to rig it, and then like for the rest of our lives say that we're important, and it's not It's not reality. And I'm with you. I always like look for substance over hype, and who cares about accolade? Go do quality work. Go try to make an impact. Like, who cares about promoting yourself? I'm with you on that. But if something went viral, Jesse's the one who knows it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay, for sure. Let's back up 48 minutes. You guys, that Veggie Tales video is totally on the spectrum of viral videos.
Thank you.
I disagree. I don't think it went viral.
Salty this morning.
It would be different if it was the people who made that video.
If you were to tell me one thing would set Annie off this morning, it would not be that Veggie that we said that the Veggie Tales video.
Okay, but Chandler made the point. He's right. It would be different. Chandler just said it'd be different if the video makers said,
if they were like a guest and like check out my viral video.
Check out my viral video. But for us to say, hey, this is going viral is different. It'd be like, wow, that's an amazing book. That's the best book on marriage. You should go check it out. Is different than the publisher of the book saying it's the number one book on marriage. It's different.
Or them doing like the humble brag of so honored, can't believe. Number one bestseller.
As shocked as you to wake up this morning and see.
Humbled. Yeah. Oh, I bet you're humbled.
You really don't want to get me started on that. You don't want to get me started on that.
That really is the worst tweet ever.
You don't want to get me started.
Or they're trying to like humbly tell you that they're on Fox and Friends this morning and to tune in, but they kind of just want to.
Can't believe I have to go on Fox and Friends when I've had the worst hair day ever. It's like, okay, we got it. You're on Fox and Friends. Okay.
Hey, in case you missed it, following Terry Crews's admission that he was a victim of sexual assault in Hollywood, this week Brooklyn Nine-Nine said that they may do a Me Too episode. While at the Television Critic Association's summer press tour, the cast of the sitcom explained how they are considering tackling the topic. Terry Crews, recently revealed he was sexually assaulted by a Hollywood executive, and he has been talking about it openly and bluntly on Twitter. Yeah. He said, "We can now tell our truth. These are lessons I learned while I was doing this show. It's about being able to tell your story. One thing that influenced me was feeling safe and having friends and family on this show. I felt secure enough that I could tell my truth and still go to work." The show famously tackled racial profiling in one of their more memorable episodes. The series showrunner said that pulling off these more serious topics can be delicate. He said they're hard to do. They have to feel true to what the show is and still feel funny, but give weight to the issue and explore it in a fair way. Season 6 of the show will air this fall, and it moved over to NBC. There you go.
I can't imagine how hard it would be to write a comedy like a sitcom,
Oh,
especially
gosh,
one
right?
that is, has a lot of like absurdity, just like baked in, to be able to artfully and meaningfully comment on a serious topic like that. But I think it's good for them for, wanting to try to do it,
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty brilliant, though. I mean, I feel like they'll do it. I just wonder if they will like fully break format, or if it'll just be sort of baked into another storyline. Like it'll be like the B plot or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet it'd be
Who
easy.
knows?
I would imagine, I've never written a sitcom in my life. I would imagine it would be easier to be funny if it's the B line versus the leading storyline.
Yeah.
Right.
But preserving like the tonality is just where it's tricky.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, in case you missed it, Tyler Perry this week revealed that he almost became a pastor. The actor, producer, and media mogul recently spoke at Joel Osteen's Lakewood Church. He explained that while going to seminary to become a pastor and ministering in his church, he felt an urge to share the story of Jesus in a different way. He said, "The Lord's voice spoke to me and said, your ministry won't be in a pulpit, but through television and film. Though I sometimes," he says, "though I sometimes don't do Christian movies, I'm still a Christian. I'm an artist who wants to do a lot of different things." Here's a clip of Tyler Perry preaching about what it's like to have anxieties about your calling and what we can learn through the story of Abraham and Isaac.
You're building a dream, going to a higher place, and all of a sudden something happens. You see the knife, you see the wood, you see the fire, and you're wondering if you are the sacrifice. All of you with great anxiety, I came here to talk to you. Not sleeping at night, you're worried, you're wondering every day, you can't get yourself together, you're just always full of anxiety, wondering if God has brought you this far to leave you, if God has brought you this high to let you fall. I came with good news. You are not the sacrifice. You are not the sacrifice.
Woo.
And just in case people want to hear the rest of it, you can just Google search Tyler Perry's Lakewood Church sermon, Pastor Medea. So that's how you can find the whole thing.
Interestingly, that sermon, he turned it into a book, which I think is way better than the actual sermon.
way better.
It's Medea's
good words from him, though, for real.
Well, that's the thing, man. I was watching, and I was a little skeptical because obviously sometimes Tyler Perry stuff's a little cheesy, a little corny, and Joel Osteen isn't exactly known as I'm not throwing shade, but he's not really known as kind of
much shade.
Theological heavyweight. He's he has his lane, and that's totally fine. So when I started watching this, I'm like,
he's an encourager.
Dude, if the Tyler Perry thing didn't work out, I mean, he's pretty set. There's no reason to think he won't continue to have incredible success. But if it doesn't, he could be a legit preacher. I was listening to the message, and I'm like, man, this is really good. This is a great sermon.
Is it him preaching alone, or is it him being interviewed by Osteen?
Both. It starts with him being interviewed by Osteen, and then he does probably about a half-hour sermon on basically that topic, managing anxieties and feelings about your calling and inadequacies and trials through the lens of the story.
I mean, I'll tell you what pastors need to hear and what leaders need to hear is you are not the sacrifice. Right? Like, you are not the thing that is supposed to die in order for, I think that's a good thing to hear. Don't run yourself down. Eddie, you're a pastor, right? I mean, don't you think that's something pastors need to hear?
I'd like to just make a joke right now where I tell you that the next movie is Tyler Perry's A Medea Family Funeral, which seems to make sense with what he's talking about.
Wow.
That's how I'd like to end that part of my
well done.
Cool.
Hey, listen, you had a couple weeks off. You're knocking the rust off the tires. You should be filming. I'll say this: you need to be filming from a hot tub right now. You're recording from a hot tub.
Don't edit a word of that out, Chandler, because people need to see how the magic happens.
Don't edit one bit of that silence out.
No. Today, Eddie is Nick Melinda walking the tightrope with no net, folks. No net.
No,
we're gonna let him fall.
I rise and fall with my own
eyes.
jokes. Yeah. It was a terrible joke, and I'm going to own that. And it really, Medea's Family Funeral comes out in 2019.
Eddie just showed us how precarious Brooklyn Nine-Nine situation is, trying to handle heavy topics with humor.
Right.
Yeah. But Tyler Perry preaching at Joel Osteen's church, I'm having a hard time really digging in my heels, but I know that it's important and what he said is very good. But I can't find the hook.
I was skeptical. I was like, I don't know if we post this. I don't know. And then I watched him. I was like, okay, credit where credit's due. You know, like if it's good, I'm gonna not let my cultural snobbiness prevent us from exposing it to our readers. You know.
Yeah, luckily I'm pretty culturally trashy about that stuff. So I was like, I'm in. That sounds great.
And I'm just a mean person.
Yeah, and you're mean. So it's great. We all balance out each other really well.
I do think it's interesting, too, that just like he didn't just preach like, hey, our guest speaker today is Tyler Perry, because a lot of people in the church would be like, what? You know, I think it's interesting that there was an interview at the beginning almost to establish his faith and his journey and his role and his heart. And then it's like, Joel Osteen officially endorsing and saying, and now I'm going to give the pulpit to him to share a word. You know, it's like, it's interesting. I don't know that I've seen that in churches very often where a prominent pulpit, you know, they interview to kind of establish the spiritual wherewithal and then give the pulpit to him.
That's pretty cool.
It's interesting.
That's a pretty interesting strategy. Yeah. I like it.
Yeah. Hey, lastly, in case you missed it, Stephen Colbert this week called out his own boss for sexual harassment allegations. After the allegations involving CBS head Les Moonves were revealed, the Late Show host explained why even those at the top with most power must be held accountable. Here's a clip.
There's been a lot of discussion about whether the disappearing of the accused from public life is the right thing to do. And I get that there should be levels of response. But I understand why that disappearing happens. Because there's a JFK quote that I like, and I cite a fair amount on this show, and it's that those who make peaceful revolution impossible make violent revolution inevitable. And for so long, for women in the workplace, there was no change, no justice for the abused. So we shouldn't be surprised that when the change comes, it comes radically. This roar is just a natural backlash to all that silence. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I do believe in accountability. And not just for politicians you disagree with. Everybody believes in accountability until it's their guy. And make no mistake, Les Moonves is my guy. He hired me to sit in this chair. He stood behind this show while we were struggling to find our voice. He gave us the time and the resources to succeed, and he has stood by us when people were mad at me. And I like working for him. But accountability is meaningless unless it's for everybody, whether it's the leader of a network or the leader of the free world.
Yeah. I don't know what to add to that.
Yeah, I don't either.
Who wrote that speech? Did he write that? Do we know?
I mean, he may have had assistance from his writers. I mean, I know he has a staff of writers who help him with his monologue, but I also know he's heavily involved in it. So I wouldn't be surprised. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he mostly wrote it himself.
It's really beautiful. I mean, it's really well written. And I think Stephen Colbert has that in him. I just didn't know if he was off the cuff or if he was not.
I think it was scripted, but I think he may have scripted it. He's a pretty brilliant and thoughtful guy, Colbert.
I agree. I totally agree.
Well, that'll do for In Case You Missed It. Stay tuned. Up next, Always joins us.
Shame, 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 shame. Mama doesn't know every night you go to. Shame, 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 shame. Devil woman wants to roll. I can make you shake, rattle your bones.
You're listening to Elle King. The song is Shame. At the beginning of the podcast, you heard Louis the Child and Max with Dear Sense. Well, this week's show is brought to you by Squarespace. Whether you need a landing page, a beautiful gallery, a professional blog, or an online store, it's all included with your Squarespace website. Creating a site with Squarespace is a simple, intuitive process. You can add and arrange your content and features with just a click of a mouse. I've built several sites on Squarespace, and I highly recommend it. The ones I've done, pretty simple, but they have more robust features if you want to do big sites like even commerce sites. They have all the tools you need to track inventory, process orders, and send custom emails with one intuitive interface. It's called Squarespace Commerce and allows you to understand every aspect of your business. So the whole spectrum of websites you need, Squarespace is where you go. And if you sign up for a year of Squarespace, you'll receive a custom domain for free. Go check it out. Right now, Squarespace is offering Relevant Podcast listeners a special deal. You can go to squarespace.com/relevant for a free trial And when you're ready to launch your site, use the offer code RELEVANT to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. I have used that code many times for discounts. Squarespace, set your website apart. Canadian indie rock outfit Alvvays is a staple of indie and college rock charts with thoughtful songs about love and loss, led by frontwoman Molly Rankin. We recently spoke with Molly about her latest album, Antisocialites, which was recently shortlisted for the prestigious 2018 Polaris Music Prize, which Jesse told you earlier. Here's part of our conversation with Alvvays.
A band's first album, a lot of it is you just kind of want to get the music out there, and you're trying stuff and you can kind of be more experimental. But the second album, I feel like it's sort of a declaration of, okay, this is who we're going to be as a group, and you can kind of solidify it more and make more of a statement. Is that how it was for you guys?
Good question. I don't really have a plan as far as what record should do what or say what. I just felt like I wrote the songs that I was feeling good about at the time and tried to capture them in the best way possible. The first record was a bit of a learning curve for us because we weren't yet a band. And maybe this record is a little bit more true to how we actually sound live.
So take me through a little bit of that learning curve. What were some of those things you kind of had to work out amid the process?
We went into Chad Van Galen's studio in Calgary thinking that this was going to be a solo record for me, and I had brought Alec and Brian, and we had worked up the songs together. And then Chad, I guess, was the one who realized that we were more of a band than we thought. And that's true. I think the songs were very Smithy, and when they were recorded, it did sound like a band. So we needed a keyboard player. We needed drums. We were just messing around with the drum machine up until then as well. So this time around, like, we had been touring for 3 years or something on that record as a band, and we're just sort of working with the resources that we had newly at our disposal.
If I saw you on the street, would I have you in my dreams tonight? If I saw you on the street, would I have you in my dreams tonight?
You know, for Antisocialites, you guys, from what I read about the creative process and the production process of that, it was very gradual and was sort of sporadic, and it took sort of several years to put it all together. I'm wondering, you know, if there is anything now that you look back on in that process, and if there's anything you would change about it for working on the next project.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, you learn so many things every time you go into a studio and you choose people to work with, and it's all just in real time. The tools that you pick up and the chemistry and the methods that you approach things with. I think for me, Alec and I have always needed time in between working on songs and recording, just time to sit with something so you can be as objective as possible, because that's really something that I find to be really important with us, is just to be objective and be willing to throw out an idea that you're fond of. As painful as that can be, it's pretty necessary for us, is to be able to point out our flaws in writing and sonically as well. But things I would change, I mean, we kind of work in a collage approach anyway. That's sort of how we do our artwork, and a lot of our songs have random snippets of demos I recorded on my phone and things that Alec wrote in the basement, and we'd sort of overlap things and experiment. And I'm not sure that process will change, but it's something I think that's worked for us.
I'm wondering, like, projecting forward a little bit, what's sort of a challenge or an obstacle that either you're experiencing as an individual artist, or a challenge you're experiencing as a group that you're working to overcome right now? What's kind of the next hurdle to clear, I guess?
For me, I write, the songs start with me. They come out of my brain, and I often need to be alone in order to write them, and that's not a luxury that I often have as a touring band. You're constantly around people, and it's not the easiest thing to become inspired when you're surrounded by people constantly and in transit and carrying things. I have noticed that a huge part of being in a band is carrying things. But yeah, I mean, I think that this time we'll be a little bit more wise in penciling in time for me to escape to other environments, and I'll just have a little bit more of a schedule as far as writing goes. That's for me the hardest part, is just thinking of melodies that haven't been written before.
And you're getting me down, getting me down, you're getting me down. Getting me down, 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 you're getting me down. Rocking my brain, trying to escape, getting me down. I'm so punk, I'm so punk.
That was Alvvays. Make sure to check out their album, Antisocialites. It's Eddie's theme song. It's out now.
I've said those words before, but it was a lie. And you deserve to hear them 1,000 times. If all it is to say that is, why is it so hard to say? If all it is to say that is, why am I in my own way? Why do I pull you close and then ask you for space? If all it is to say that is, why is it so hard to say?
You're listening to Why Don't We? The song is 8 letters. Okay, it's time for your feedback. All right, well, last week on Wednesday's episode, we got talking about prevalence of MLM businesses, especially in millennials in churches. I guess that'd be a way to say it. You know, the oils, the essential oils, or like the creams, or the leggings, you know. And then, you know, it's all over. And it got, if you didn't listen to last week's show, go listen to it, because it was a whole thing. Well, Tyler Huckabee and Jesse stumbled onto a new idea for an MLM franchise, and it's essential oils for men called Moils. And, yeah.
Eddie, how do you feel about that?
I'm fine with it. I would love to talk to you about participating with me in a house party, actually.
Listen, I'm getting a bunch of friends over for some za, and what I'm doing is I'm teaching a class. It's a free class, and it's on stuff you can buy from me tonight. Or you're pitching for the pizza, whatever. The pizzas come with a free kit that costs $35 that you can pay to me. So, yeah, either way, I'd love to see you come out tonight.
So we wanted to know from you other MLM business ideas that could take Christian millennials by storm. You guys hit us up on Twitter at Relevant Podcast, and you also posted on the podcast episode page at relevantmagazine.com. Here's a few of our favorites.
Tim Hawley, he basically, I mean, what he's saying here is we missed a kind of an opportunity with the Moils things, because he said that the Moils, which are essential oils for men, should really be beard oils. So it's
that's
Moil
brilliant.
beard oil, which I think he's right. I think, you know.
Well, how do you diffuse that?
One line, though.
How do you diffuse it? Yeah,
Yeah, that's one line, because you can't pepperoni pizza oil your beard.
I think it's time. I've known enough about the startup game. I've read enough about it that at some point in every startup business, they come a time and they have to decide to pivot. They take in what the consumers want and decide, I'm going to pivot here. I think Tim Holly found our pivot. You're no longer diffusing them. You're just rubbing them directly onto your beard. If it burns your face, just shut up and don't tell us about it.
What about the people like me who can't grow a full beard? Am I just left out? I mean, you're leaving consumers behind.
Because here's the other thing I know. I know, but here's
you could get hair products.
You know, the great thing about a lot of these MLM businesses is you can make health claims about them that are not based in reality. So I could say, buy the beard oil and it'll just grow.
And it'll grow.
Cameron,
what happens when you try?
It sucks out the toxins. It's all about toxins, guys.
It's just not.
Annie, are you just now learning that not all people's facial hair is exactly the same?
No, I recognize that because I'm learning a new thing about our friend Cameron.
Yeah.
That when he tries to grow a beard, it is not a beard.
I'm not a hairy man. That's why I have a youthful glow about myself.
You know what will clear that up?
Yeah.
Some oil. Just rub it all over your face. It'll age you dramatically.
Or it'll make you look 15 with acne.
I mean, there's a high likelihood that if you go out in the sun with it, you're going to be burned pretty bad. Almost instantly.
Immediately.
Immediately. Yeah. So a lot of risk.
We got a good idea from Matt Hurt, and his last name is spelled H-E-R-T, but it should be H-U-R-T because this guy is bringing in some pain.
The hashtag for his
hear you, Matt.
His wedding would clearly be hashtag he hurt you.
He hurt you. Yeah, Matt Hurt, first of all, we hear you and we see you. Here is your feedback. This is an app that is a subscription-based refer a friend model. Essentially, the app walks people through the Romans road. Then, and it just gets darker, then if they click, I have read and accepted Jesus as my Lord and Savior, the app lets them send referrals to friends. The more friends, the more app cash you get, which is redeemable and certain Christian paraphernalia. I call it renewing minds, the most important terms of service you will ever blindly
you think
agree
that
to.
instead of app cash, it should be you're storing up treasures in heaven that are redeemed when you die?
Yeah.
Your treasure chest, your pirate treasure chest in that mansion is just getting fuller and fuller of crowns.
Yeah, that's right.
Matt, you can keep that idea from Jesse.
I like Joel Watts. This is going to be a real hit in the church community. It's called 5L2F. And it's a meal delivery service. And it stands for 5 loaves and 2 fishes. Yeah. It's a meal delivery subscription specializing in a single meal. Pomegranates, olive oil, roasted lamb, and lentil soup mixes. I'm in, Joel. I am in.
Yeah, that's good.
Man, listen, here's another one similar. Justin Smith said, Jesus-tenance, like sustenance. It's a faith-based, like HelloFresh or Blue Plate. And he says, cross off your fears of cooking with our wholesome, graceful meals. Fill your cup with our one-of-a-kind mocktails. And on those fast food days, we'll provide the resources for you to lean on the Lord and not on your own leftovers. Try it today. It'll be the last supper you ever need. This guy's writing ad content.
Yeah, we need a copywriter. We need to hire this dude. Hey, that one of the loaves and fishes, is it the thing of like you get a single serve meal and it feeds a whole family?
I guess if your faith isn't strong enough, it'll only feed one of your family members, but up to 5,000. Up to 5,000.
Right, it's up to 5,000 people. It depends on your faith.
You don't know when you keep pulling out the fish if more are going to appear.
Wow.
That's the thing.
A great point.
I mean, they price it assuming you're a person of at least a mustard seed faith. So you're paying for 5,000 meals every time.
Right.
But they're sending you one.
Yeah,
they're sending the rest is between you and the Lord. If you got a problem, don't take it up with us. Take it up with man upstairs because I mean we're following pretty clear, instructions here.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Yeah, and it comes with a mustard seed too, so you can see you don't even have this much faith.
Right. Look how tiny those things are. They are incredibly small.
Oh man,
there's a lot more feedback where that came from. If you want to start your own MLM business and you're a Christian millennial, go check out the feedback on our episode page last week.
Yeah, steal one of their ideas.
Steal one of their ideas. Yeah.
I just want more moils.
Okay, it's time for this week's
editorial question of the week. Hey.
Well, I mean, earlier in the show, we laid it out for you. We got Impact Week coming up. Jesse's coming down. We got a whole crew of staff. And we got plenty of opportunity for challenges and feats and psychological endurances. And what do you want to see us do? What would make you give money to these amazing organizations that we are going to be supporting that week? What do you want to see us do to earn your give? Hit us up.
I'm terrified. I've never been here for one of these and I hate it already.
Okay, well, here's the thing. When you're thinking of the ideas, remember the virality spectrum. We want to go high up the spectrum because Annie will be watching and judging
because
very
I
closely.
have created this spectrum and I will let you know where you are on it.
That's right. Yeah, we had the first time Jesse did this, he listened to Nickelback for 24 hours a day for 7 days straight. And over the course of the week, it did go internationally viral. Then next year, we did a 24-hour thing, the Trapped in the Cage, where he had to watch 24 straight hours of Nicolas Cage movies. It raised just as much money, but because it was such a short window, it didn't go as viral. Like it didn't like catch the internet by storm. So like that is the thing. Like, you know, number one, we're looking for the highest impact for these organizations. We're looking to raise the most funds. So what do you think will go the most viral to raise awareness and attention about what we're trying to do so people will give? Hit us up on Twitter at Relevant Podcast, or you can post your longer suggestions on the podcast episode page at relevantmagazine.com.
Annie, having successfully dodged many, many of these things over the years, let me just tell you the way out of it. Just absolutely say no and refuse the texts and emails and calls.
Yeah.
Just
take
do
Eddie's
not
advice and be a poor sport.
Just from now until now to the end of the month, just don't respond to Jesse.
Right.
No. Don't you go really ghost all of them.
Okay. Yeah. I can't make. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, this is all. It's either that or you're going to be doing like 36 hours of Medea movies or something.
No,
it's not. You understand?
No.
That's actually not a bad one.
Actually, that's a pretty good one.
Actually, I just violated
we'll figure
my
this
own
out
rule.
offline. But a Medea movie marathon has to be one of the options.
For every X number of dollars raised, Annie will watch another Medea movie.
I love it. See, that's how it happens. Somehow in Teflon. I come up with the idea, I say it out loud, it's still Annie's thing. I'm out of it.
Annie, think about all the people you'll be helping. Here's what's going to happen.
This went from you and Chandler dressing like 70s people to me watching Medea for 36 hours.
I don't know how many movies there are, so possibly. So here's what it is. For every $2,000 raised on one of the days, another Medea movie will be added to the queue, and Annie will have to watch
It'll be unlocked.
Right.
the chronological, it's all of them. It's the whole Medea universe.
So when we did Trapped in the Cage, we live streamed not the films. We live streamed Jesse watching the films, and you all checked in on them for 24 hours.
You think you're gonna live stream me for 36 hours? We have not been friends long enough.
Annie will watch the entire MCU, and I don't mean the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm talking about the Medea Cinematic Universe.
There's 9 movies.
Can we have a podcast about the Medea Cinematic Universe too?
There's nine Medea movies. So either it's an 18-hour challenge, or it doubles back again and it's a 36-hour challenge.
Okay. Hey, here, what'd be funny is if we tell somebody on. Like Cameron, we got to trick somebody and say, listen, someone who's like really likes, like Marvel movies, and say, hey, listen, one of the rewards is people get to live stream you watching the entire MCU and join you in this movie marathon. And when they are like, okay, I'm in, let's do it. Then we unveil that it's not the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's actually the Medea Cinematic Universe.
Here's this. Here's what, once we figure out what the actual numbers are, if we unlock the entire Medea Cinematic Universe, we have to call Tyler Perry.
Oh, sure. We can get him on.
And we have to get Tyler Perry to talk to me about the fact that I spent a significant chunk of my life watching the entire.
So what you're
MCU.
saying is you're in. You're in.
No.
Yeah,
she's in.
This is what you shouldn't have done.
I gotta see some numbers here.
This is
when you start to brainstorm it and tack on ideas, you've just owned the idea, and now you're doing it. And that's just how it goes.
Tell somebody, one of your friends, like, hey, listen, I got dragged into this MCU marathon.
Right.
And I got to watch all the MCU movies, but don't tell them to start and the movie starts playing. And this isn't Iron Man. This isn't, no. This is Medea. It's the Medea. Yeah.
It's Medea 1. I can do Halloween all by myself.
Don't do it by yourself. Get somebody else.
Well, she won't do it by herself because she'll live tweet the whole thing and it'll be live streamed, obviously. So she'll be interactive. I haven't said
yes to anything. There's so much math you haven't told me yet.
How many lives need to be changed for you to do this one sacrifice?
I show up accidentally salty on one episode, not even intentionally salty. I'm accidentally salty once and suddenly I've signed away 2 days of my life.
I'm just saying, how many lives need to be saved for you to inconvenience yourself to watch Medea movies?
A lot.
Yeah, that's
a whole lot.
Well, good, because they're
it's good to know your heart.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's the sort of stuff we're talking about. We need, the tiers.
Yeah.
We need the challenge.
I
We
need
need
the
the
listeners
details.
to come up with a lot
an
better
MCU
ideas
universe
than
marathon is too funny not to do. It's
No,
too
it's
funny.
And we
not.
get
It
Tyler
has to be
Perry on
done
at the
now.
end to kind of like she can talk to him about it. Like, here's what I thought. The ebbs and flows of the journey of Medea. I mean, she can talk deep cut with him. I mean, the creator of the thing. It'll be an amazing experience for her on 36 hours of no sleep.
Okay.
And I got to just tell you, Annie, you did a terrible job getting out of one of these stuff.
I'm not in.
Okay, Annie, here's the order. Here, we'll leave the animated one out of it.
Okay.
Medea's Tough Love, 2015's animated Medea
No,
film.
it doesn't count.
And we'll leave the plays out of it. So we'll just go movies.
The plays.
In order, Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
Which I
Medea's
actually love. To be
Okay.
fair,
My
that is
mom
an
loves that
incredibly
movie.
good
Okay, so
film.
that's a gimme for you.
Yeah.
That's 2 foot from the cup. Just tap it in. Medea's Family Reunion. Meet the Browns. Medea goes to jail. I Can Do Bad All by Myself. Medea's Big Happy Family. Medea's Witness Protection Program.
Oh my gosh.
A Medea Christmas. Boo, a Medea Halloween. Boo 2, a Medea Halloween.
So that's 10. So that's probably closer to 20 to 24 hours.
No, they're
it's
like
gonna-
hour 45, 2 hours tops. So
Yeah.
I think you're
Just
at
queue 'em up.
I think you're at 18, 20 hours on that. I think you're 36 hours to double back again.
No. This is going to be these are money talks about how much people raise.
Right.
Okay.
If I was to say yes to this at some point,
What is the
Which you
the
have.
cost to add a new movie into the rotation?
Well, we need to look at Well, Jesse, we need to look at number one.
No.
What day of the week? What cause is she wanting to rally around? Is it trafficking? Is it clean water? Is it refugees? Is it domestic hunger?
How about we
Is it
reveal the
Somaliland?
detail? We can reveal those next week.
Yeah, we'll
after
reveal
we
it next week. Then we're working with the organizations to figure out the tiers and the goals. So it's like, X number of dollars. We know like $11,000 builds a complete well for a village. So that's one goal. And then there's 2 wells. And there's 3. How many dollars frees a child from trafficking?
and I literally will not even consider this if there is not a graphic that has each movie unlocked with a tiny explosion and a gate opening,
Right.
like every
So it's a
time we hit one.
progressive
No, we
thing.
need an advent
Let me just-
calendar.
That's a deal
Yes.
breaker to me. If there is no cool unlocking graphic, I'm for sure.
There
not
will be
in.
an
Let's get
unlocking
on that.
graphic. We will
Annie,
unlock all
let me
10
just-
movies. I guarantee you.
You own all 10?
Annie,
We will unlock all 10. We will acquire all 10.
Oh,
I
we'll
had
see.
to buy them all.
I can't be sure of that.
I had to buy for
so-
Jesse's Trapped in the Cage marathon. I had to buy all the movies on like Amazon Prime and stuff. They aren't all on iTunes,
Yeah.
So I had to go
If
like
people voted on
it.
them.
Ruined my Amazon recommendations for a
Oh,
year.
for sure.
For a year.
This is,
We will acquire the
this
movies.
is still, this is an ongoing conversation.
Annie,
This
this
is not
will
a
go
yes.
viral. This will go hard viral. If there's the MCU marathon that one woman is undertaking right now,
It's a
to
minimum.
save
It's
the
a minimum
world.
3 on the virality spectrum. Minimum.
Yeah, at maximum, it's going to hit a 3. It's not even going to hit a
The
3.
MCU marathon.
I like
This
it.
is
Too good. It's
Jesse
too
loves
good
it
not
so
to do.
much. What
It's
people
too
can't
good
see
not
is
to
how
do.
much you love this, and that makes me terrified.
Just the pun is too funny.
This
you
is
know?
the sort of stuff we're talking about, people. Hit us up on Twitter at Relevant Podcast or post your ideas on the podcast episode page for various members of the Relevant team and or
Yes,
podcast
not
cast
me.
or, people who come on maybe like once a month from, new locales. I don't know. Like,
no,
Yes,
thank you. I know.
no,
That's how
for
you do it.
sure you're not.
No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna do. I always feel weird because I always. Okay, so can we have a real
Yeah.
insecurity
Oh,
moment
sure.
here? Can we be honest? Because you guys are gonna all raise like $1,000 million, right? And then it's gonna be like Jeremy Courtney's gonna be like, "Hey, thanks for raising $19 for me today. I really appreciate your effort." So, but I'm in. I'll do whatever is actually
Jesse,
helpful.
we don't even know what to expect, to be honest with you, because when Jesse did like Trapped in the Cage, I think we raised about in the mid 30s for charity water, built like 3 wells, and that was just the Relevant podcast doing our own little side thing. Relevant never got behind it. I mean, the larger platform didn't really push it because it was such a
Terrible.
weird side thing, and it didn't really, if you don't know our podcast and the inside jokes, it wouldn't have made sense. So like this Relevant is pushing. I mean, like we reach millions of people a month. So it's like, we're getting behind it and we're trying to rally millions of our audience around these goals each day. I don't know what's possible. Are we talking 30,000 a day? Are we talking 50? Are we talking 100? I don't know. Are we talking 5? I don't
Eddie,
know.
That's why I'm not concerned. I'm not trying to sell nothing here. I'm just sitting back and letting people unlock the Medea films as we go.
Right.
If I say yes to this.
You're in. I love it.
You're in. Thanks, Annie.
All right. So hit us up. There you go. This is going to be a fun one.
I can do viral all by myself. That's going to be your movie. Sorry, it was a little late. I wanted to get it before we moved on. Keep going.
Viral.
Yeah. I'm going to preach it first. That's where the real good stuff's going to be.
The talk on it was better. Yeah. The podcast was better. Okay. Many thanks to this week's sponsor for making the episode possible. Remember, go to squarespace.com/relevant for a free trial. When you're ready to launch your site, use the offer code relevant to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thanks also to Alvvays for joining us. You can follow them on Twitter at Alvvays Band, 2 V's. Hey, and the new issue of Relevant is out now. It's featuring Leon Bridges, and it's about the last week or so before we flip over and start showing you the new issue, which is at the printer now. So go check out the Leon Bridges episode if you haven't seen it. There's a lot of great content in there. You can see it online at relevantmagazine.com. You can pick it up at newsstands, or you can subscribe. There's a great deal going on right now at the website.
Got to tell you, one of the saddest parts of not being in studio is that I used to love, before and after the show, standing at the wall when the new magazine was printed out. And I've read like all the magazines for the last 5 years on the wall. And it makes me very sad. I have to read it with like all the, as Annie would call them, all the normals. So
Wow.
Or you can come down and pick up your
so I'm going to really miss it.
Come down anytime. It's an hour and 15 minutes away.
Don't be weird. Don't be weird, Cameron. You're being weird. I can feel
There's
it.
no tension. I'm just saying.
Just come down. Hey, at least come down when I'm down.
Yeah. I'm going to end up getting pulled into some terrible thing. I know what this means.
Yeah, for sure.
No, I'm not coming down when you're down.
The last week of August. Nothing weird's going to happen. Don't worry about it.
That's right.
I might not be there that week because I might be dead in Oregon somewhere on the side of a road, but
It's a terrible joke that I'm concerned about.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha. Gosh.
That's what I've been saying since February.
My untimely death. Slowly and painfully left in a ditch.
All right. On that note, we'll wrap it up. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Chandler Strang.
I'm Jesse Carey.
I'm Eddie Goffoltz.
And I'm Annie F. Downs.
We'll see you on Friday when Aaron Nyquist joins us. Don't miss it.
Didn't make you. This is where have you been? Show yourself. Ooh, I took a chance to play you. I played myself. I didn't make you.
Thank you for listening to the Relevant Podcast. If you like what you heard, be sure to leave us a review on iTunes. Check out other shows from the Relevant Podcast Network in the podcast section at relevantmagazine.com. And while you're there, browse exclusive podcast merchandise at our online store. Make sure to subscribe to Relevant Magazine. Info is available at relevantmagazine.com/subscribe.
Hello, Batman. I'm just going for a run.
Relevant Podcast Network.